Hey folks, this is Dr. B from Steps to the Future, coming to you with a different type of college and career conversation. So, people that know me know that I really like LinkedIn because I think it's a fantastic networking platform, and I really think it's something that more people need to utilize. But one of the things I want to share with you today about LinkedIn is something I learned when I did a professional development workshop a couple of months ago. So, in the course of this professional development, the person that was conducting this session showed us this wonderful tool on LinkedIn that allows you to do interview prep. And why is that important? Well, sometimes students have to do interviews and they're a little nervous about talking in front of people because they're not used to doing it. Or you might be looking for a new job, or you're a career changer and you have to get ready for an interview. So let me walk you through this cool part of LinkedIn. So all you need is a LinkedIn account. So if you have an account, that's fine. If you don't, go ahead and create an account. When you go to your LinkedIn profile, there is a tab that says jobs, and you can see that where the purple arrow is. So you're going to go to jobs, you're going to click on jobs, and you're going to get this drop down menu. The first thing on there is interview prep, resume builder, application settings. Actually, you're clicking on more, not jobs. You're on jobs and you click more, and then you get these. So the one that you're concerned with today is the interview prep. So let's see what that means. So once you click on it, it will take you to this screen where you will have a selection of categories to choose from. So there are probably anywhere from 12 to 15 categories, with one of the categories being common questions. And that means these are questions that can apply to any situation. The other categories are specific to particular careers, like there's an accountant, there's lawyer, there's working in finances. But when you go on the site, you can check all of those out. So here, let's look at what the first 5 questions are. The first one is tell me about yourself. Now, for me, it has a green check next to it and it's highlighted in green because I've already answered this question using this program. So what the program basically does is it allows you to record yourself answering these questions, and then using AI or artificial intelligence, it gives you feedback. So again, let's look at some of the questions. Tell me about yourself. That's a standard question, whether you're applying to college, applying for a job, wanting to do a volunteer opportunity. That's a standard question. And this is a fantastic way to give yourself the opportunity to practice that. What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest weakness? If it's a job related, why should we hire you? Or why should we accept you to our college? Why do you want to work here? So again, you see the range of questions that are there. Again, number 6, tell me about the time you showed leadership. That is important for students who are applying to colleges, because a lot of times colleges want to know what kind of leader you would be on their campus. And I think it's important to remember that leadership doesn't always mean that it has to be a title. Leadership means that it could be situational. So you could be the person who is helping out with the local food drive, or with some other opportunity that comes up in your school or one of the student clubs, or something in your neighborhood. I love question number 8. What would your coworkers say about you? Or what would your fellow students say about you? So think about, how would you answer this question? Describe your most challenging project. What's the hardest thing that you ever had to do? So again, people are looking at what type of critical thinking skills you have, and how would you describe what it is that you did in using those particular skills. So some of the other questions: what do you like to do outside of work? So I always ask students, like, what do you do when you're not in school? Like, what do you do on the weekends? What do you do when you come home from school besides doing your homework? If you have a job, is that something that you do outside of your schoolwork? So think about that. Think about what those opportunities are outside of school that you would want to share with whoever is interviewing you, or on this practice interview. One of the things I really love about this particular tool is that it does give you some tips. Um, Pay attention to the tips, make sure that you're using them, and make sure that you're answering these questions. And you can do all 26 questions, or you can just do the few that you want to do. And the last question that they end up here with is, do you have any questions for me? Every interview, you're always given an opportunity to ask questions. So be prepared to ask questions. And I love the tips that they give. Prepare for this question in advance, or any of the questions. You're going to prepare for any of the questions in advance and have a compelling story about any of your past experiences. Now, that doesn't mean you go and make something up, but you want to be able to engage people and make them want to listen to you. If it's a job, you want to pull any prominent skills from the job description, or if you're applying to a college and you're interviewing with an alum or someone from the admissions office, you want to be able to talk about that school. So you need to make sure that you've really done your homework and reading through the website, any marketing materials, looking at their social media. So again, have those prominent skills or prominent facts about that school. This acronym is great. SHE. Be succinct, be honest, and be engaging. So on the next slide, you get to see a little bit of what I had the opportunity to do. So I decided to do that first question. It took me 53 seconds to answer it, as you can see on the screen. I don't know why I took this particular screenshot, because it's not the most flattering picture, but you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So one of the things that you notice here, it says, is you can privately request feedback from your connections. And then it says, learn more. Well, I chose not to do that, so I haven't really investigated that feature yet. Maybe I will at another time. So once you do your practice, you get this feedback. So look at the feedback on your answer. It tells me that I was talking at 139 words per minute, and that my pace was just right and to keep it up. Then it also talks about the pitch in your voice. So what do we mean by pitch? What they mean is, when I was talking, I was using different tones in my voice. I wasn't answering the question like this because I did not want to talk in a monotone and put people to sleep. I was talking in a way that, as you can see from the waves, the pitch of my voice was going up and down. So it said that, it was a good pitch. So I'm like, okay, so that's pretty neat. Again, this is a fantastic tool that anyone can use to help them with some quick interview prep. So really, that's the end of my tips with this today, because I don't think that, it's pretty self-explanatory. And when you get on the site and you start playing around with it, you'll be able to utilize these features. So for those of you that may be looking for some college and career assistance, please reach out to me, Dr. B, at drb@stepstothefuture.com, or you can connect with me on my website, where my main goal in Steps to the Future is helping families eliminate random acts of college planning. I thank you so much for paying attention and for listening to this. And let me know if you learned anything from this and if it helped you. So again, Dr. B, Steps to the Future. Have a fantastic day.